It's Angelo Tramonti, and we're talking tomatoes. Not just any ordinary tomatoes. No, these tomatoes are not found in cans in your regular supermarket. These are Calabrian Seaside Tomatoes. They're hand planted, they're hand harvested, they're hand processed, they're hand packed. Everything's done by hand. There's no equipment involved. They're completely artisan, high quality, single estate, family produced, all those wonderful things that all of our food sources should be. So these pomodoro, these golden apple beauties, come from the extreme southern tip of the Italian peninsula, the tip of the toe. Literally, the tip of the toe. I always tell people, if I were just to be able to show you where these tomatoes come from, where they're grown, I wouldn't have to say a single word. If you saw where these things are coming from, which of course we need to show you, maybe not in this video, of course. So imagine this. You're on a beach, white sand beach, on the Ionian Sea, the Mediterranean, looking out. There's about 30 meters of white sand beach. You're in the middle, you're suntanning, and you turn around, and you look behind you, and all you see is tomatoes. These beauties are 30 meters from the Ionian Sea, literally beachside. So what happens with tomatoes? Tomatoes actually love, hot salinated water. So the spring or the well that this water comes from to water these tomato plants is right beside the sea. So that's got a little bit of salt in it. The sea breeze, the Mediterranean sunshine, and lots of it. So they're fully ripened in the sun. They're only picked when they're actually ripe. And then the family has their own processing plant, which is about 300 meters away from where these tomatoes grow. So the same day that they're picked, they're being processed. So basically they're capturing a fully ripened tomato that has full sun exposure, because tomatoes love the sun, and they have that salt in them. The other thing is that, well, you see here they're packed in glass. We and the producer refuse to pack in tin. He doesn't have tins in his facilities. Tomatoes are acidic. So when you're packing tomatoes in tin, which are lined with plastic, whether it's BPA free or BPR or BPZ or BPA, it's still plastic, which means it's leaching into the liquid which is found in the tomatoes. Glass is clean. You're not going to get any contaminant sort of flavors that are getting seeped into the tomato. It's the best way of preserving anything, is just in glass. So what we have here are the Ciliegino, which are the sweet cherry tomatoes. I have a nice little cherry tomato pyramid here that I built myself. So in these cherry tomatoes, here I got to read the label. It's hand harvested, hand peeled, or sorry, not hand peeled, but hand packed. This is by Arturo Pratico's farm in Africo, which is in Reggio Calabria, the tip of the toe. Ciliegino, sweet cherry tomatoes, and sea salt. Refrigerate after opening and consume within 4 days. The sweet cherry tomatoes are wonderful in like a lot of seafood pasta dishes, or you can just go like this. Watch, you just grab them raw. These are completely raw. Man, those are so good. Of course, you need to try one if you haven't already. They're basically, it's a fruit. Next, we move on to the Passata. This is really popular. A lot of people mistaken this for a sauce. It kind of is a sauce, but it's not not considered a sauce until you take the passata and put it into a pan that you're sauteing with garlic or onion or something, where you're then taking the passata and turning it into a sauce for your pasta or your pizza. So again, it's stuffed single estate from the same place. The ingredient list is huge. It's got Calabrian Seaside Tomatoes. Yeah, that's it. One ingredient. One. How many products on the market actually only have one ingredient? Not many. I mean, if it's tomatoes and it's passata, then that's all you should find. No citric acid, no salt, no basil, no thickening agents. And that's actually one thing to consider is when you're looking at other passatas on the market. I mean, there's a lot of things we can talk about here, but the consistency of like this stuff, this looks like the stuff that, so my mother, basically forced me and my brothers to work in the garage every Labor Day weekend. We weren't able to like go out and cottages or play baseball or whatever all of our friends were doing. No, we were in the garage washing tomatoes, peeling tomatoes, cleaning tomatoes, making tomato sauce. I actually got out of that gig about 4 or 5 years ago when we landed this tomato because there was actually one good enough that we just like could boycott our tomatoes because we couldn't beat this flavor. But this looks like what we used to make in our garage or in the cantina. Like it's just got the consistency. There's a little bit of seeds in there. All the rest of the brands that you basically see on the market, in my eyes, they all look the same. They all taste the same. They're pasty. They have no real flavor to them. And for gosh sakes, they're like 99 cents. How do you sell tomatoes from Italy for 99 cents? Yeah, sometimes they're $1.29. You can't even buy Canadian water for 99 cents. How are you shipping tomatoes across the ocean for 99 cents? I think you only need grade 3 math to figure this out, but something doesn't make sense there. All right, back to our passata. This it's classic. It's so easy to use. All you could simply do is warm up pasta or cook your pasta and pour this straight in there. Add some little bit of salt maybe and some basil fused olive oil or one of our olive oils, and bam, you got dinner. So that's our passata. What else do I want to say? Made in Italy. Yeah, it's not imported from Italy. Okay. Passata. Next we got these. These are Zefirio Plum. They're whole, peeled, hand packed. These are going to be the best peeled tomatoes you've ever had. They're similar to a San Marzano variety, except it's sort of a variety that grows in Zefirio, which is in the very southern tip of the toe. It's in the Reggio Calabria, in Africa. Again, the ingredient list on this one is one word here, Zefirio Plum tomatoes. That's it. These things, we've had emails and comments come in that they've actually changed people's lives. Because again, I've tried, and only because I want to understand the market, but I've tried a lot of other passatas out there, and I don't understand how basically people can eat them. Once you have this, it's game over. Like, you will not try another passata out there. It's like just like Mama used to make. So there you have it. Arturo Pratico, hardworking family, of course, working in the dirty south of Reggio Calabria and all the nonsense and all the wonderful things that also happen around those areas. They're producing what I think is the best tomato. And tomato is the quintessential ingredient to Italian food. And when you're making an Italian dish at home or anywhere, you think of the cost that it is that you add up for a plate of pasta, and like you're chincing out on the pasta, and it's like 99 cents for a pasta, 99 cents for a passata. You're basically feeding a family of 4 for $2. That doesn't make sense. Like, come on, you're worth it. Add some life and flavor to your pasta dish. Try one of these out. Thanks for watching.